Shabbat Shalom. How are you guys doing? I hope that you guys are having a great Sabbath wherever you are located in the world, morning, evening, afternoon, or whatever have you. I want to address something that has always been close to my heart, something that I'm very passionate about. I'm passionate about a few things, but I think I'm most passionate about judging righteous judgment. A lot of times people make rash judgments based upon what it appears to be, what a person appears to be, or the image or reputation of a person, or what a situation appears to be. The word calls it judging unrighteous judgment. There is such a thing as righteous judgment, and there is such a thing as unrighteous judgment. And I know a lot of people say, oh, it's wrong to judge, and who are you to judge? And, the word says, judge not, lest you be judged. But the word also says that he that is spiritual judges all things. So that means the word is very clear that judgment is allowed by those who are spiritual. If you're not spiritual, then you're not allowed to judge. Okay? Because then if you're carnal and not spiritual, and you call yourself trying to judge a situation, judge a person, or what have you, you're judging unrighteously, and you're going to come up with the wrong conclusion. You're going to come up with the wrong judgment about a situation, the wrong judgment about a person, or what have you, because you're not spiritual, you're carnal. Okay? So, I say all that to say, forever, for centuries, if you will, probably throughout eternity, beautiful women has always been demonized, right? I'm just going to use myself as an example because I can't really speak from a personal perspective about other women, how other ladies view it, but I can tell you how I perceive it and what I feel. Coming up as a melanated woman, young woman, as a teenager, when I first started, I was an ugly kid. I had pimples. I was a nerd. Nobody noticed me. And that was okay. I wasn't attention seeking. I was not that girl. The only person whose attention I always sought was my dad, because I'm a daddy's girl. Okay, I've always been a daddy's girl. So my dad is the only person for a long time whose attention that I sought after, because he's my dad. Okay, but I wasn't that teenager to seek the attention of young boys. I had crushes here and there, but my dad ran them off because he was very strict. So I was not that teenager that went out and, had all these boyfriends and had premarital sex or what have you. That wasn't allowed in my household. My dad was super strict. Okay? But it was maybe around, I want to say 15, that I began to notice that I'm not a bad looking lady. I'm not a bad looking young lady. And it was actually, we took a family portrait, and the photographer went to my dad in front of me. She made the mistake of saying this to him, that she's beautiful. You should put her into modeling. She's gorgeous. She has a wonderful smile. And of course, I'm a 15-year-old insecure kid, so I'm cheesy, right? And that was the first time I had heard anybody, give me a compliment about my looks. I didn't see it then. but it was good to hear. It was good to know that somebody else felt that way. As a teenager, that meant a lot to me. Because, you know, teenagers are, that's an awkward stage. I would never want to be a teenager again, ever. But anyway, so around 15 or so is when I started realizing that, hey, I'm not an ugly, nerdy kid. I actually do have some looks, you know? And I remember at the time when I first heard it, it made me feel good. But, you know, over the course of years, I began to hate when people complimented me. It became, I want to say right around college, and more so after I got saved in my early 20s, after I was born again. I was born again, and you know, the prerequisite for being accepted and loved and having approval for most women, based upon how they look and how they're shaped, me being a new creature, I didn't want to be known or be approved on based upon what I look like or what I'm shaped like. It actually became an insult to me. People will compliment me, and I took it as an insult, because in my mind, I'm like, okay, you're liking me and loving me and think I'm a quality person. Yeah, I went through those struggles too, based upon what I look like and what I'm shaped like, instead of who I am in here, or who I, you know, based upon my spirituality. Because even in college, you know, in college is when I really started seeking after the Father and started questioning everything I had ever learned in church and in school. My awakening really began in college, 19, 20 or so, 18, 19 rather. I just began to question everything, and everything that society had held up as being truth, important. I questioned it, and I've been on that quest and that journey of slowly awakening to truth, even at 54 years old. Still waking up, still learning new things, still questioning things that I may not have questioned in the past. And one of the things, I know that every female is not me, and they don't think like me. But I even tried to instill in my daughter, you know, hey, you don't want people to judge you based upon what you look like only. You don't want a man to want you just based upon what your body is shaped like only. Because you are more than the sum total of your body parts, or your facial parts, or your hair parts, or anything that is just physical. Anything that's just relegated to this natural realm. You are so much more than that. We are so much more than that. Whether we're born again or not. Most people don't even understand the totality of who they are. So that's why there are females out there that live and die for the approval of man. You know, if they get a compliment, they just, oh, eat it up. You know, they just, oh, he say I'm fine. They say I'm snatched. They say I'm beautiful. And it's such an insult, because you're so much more than your face. You're so much more, ladies, than your body parts and your measurements. Huh? But a lot of people don't see it that way. A lot of people are stuck on this. And a lot of people demonize this too. You know, there's a lot of people that demonize good-looking women. Excuse me. They demonize a good-looking woman. Oh, she's a Jezebel. Oh, she's a homewrecker. Oh, she's a this and she's a that. Oh, she's a witch. Oh, she's this. And she may just be minding her business. She just happen to look good. She can't help it. Some women are just naturally beautiful. I'm one of those women. I don't have to heavily put on makeup. I could throw on anything and still look good without trying. That's just who the Father created me to be. But I'm not out here sashaying in front of your man. I'm not trying to take nobody's man, okay? I'm not trying to do this. I'm not trying to gain all this type of attention. It's the Father that's causing me to age gracefully. And I'm not trying to make the attention about me, but I'm trying to help some females out, because there are females out there that judge unrighteous judgment because all they do is judge people after the flesh. And if you forever judging people after the flesh, you never know who they are in the spirit, in the ruach. You never get to know who they are spiritually, because you stuck on the flesh. You stuck on how fine they are. And I'm not saying, acknowledge, yes, they're beautiful. Yes, they're fine. Yes, they're this. Yes, they're that. But that's not the totality of who that person is. Judge righteous judgment. And even in church, people are judging after the flesh. That's why the enemy could come in and teach all kind of false doctrine to most church people. And most people won't even discern that they're getting taught false doctrine, because they judge after the flesh. They look the part. They got enough money. Hello. Because a lot of times you guys accept people who tell the truth and teach the truth and prophesy even based upon how much money they have in their bank account. And if they don't have a certain amount of money in their bank account, you won't receive from them. That's judging unrighteously. That's judging after the flesh. It's not spiritual. And I guess I'm on here, I'm trying to open up the understanding of my people to get us to a place where we're not judging after the flesh. There's nothing wrong with judging righteous judgment. There's nothing wrong with judging a person, a situation. Just be spiritual. Judge righteous judgment. Stop demonizing beautiful, pretty ladies, men, because you can't control your flesh. The word calls the fruit, one of the fruit of the spirit is self-control, fellas. She's not the reason why you lusting after her. You got a spirit inside of you that you can't control yourself. You are lacking the fruit of self-control, which is why you're lusting after her. Not because she's beautiful. Because they got a lot of beautiful sisters out here that cover up, that live holy. They're not trying to do anything with you or nothing. You their brother. They're just brother and sister. But because the brother temptation and imagination go all off the mark, your imagination, brother, your temptation. The word says when a man is drawn away by his own lust, not the looks of a woman. The woman don't draw away. A beautiful woman doesn't draw away a man. It's his own lust, his own temptations. It's inside of him. It's inside of him. And he has to cast down imaginations, and every high thought that lifted itself up against the knowledge of the Most High Yah. No matter who you're looking at. So stop blaming beautiful women for your lack of self-control, brothers. Buffet your flesh. Tell your flesh, I know she fine, but no. I'm not going to entertain that, devil. No. Sisters, because of your insecurities about how you look and what you weigh or whatever, you will demonize a good-looking sister who happen to be anointed and talented and being used by the Most High Yah. Oh, she ain't living nothing. She ain't for real. How you can say that? Do you know? Did the Most High tell you that? Or was it your own insecurities? It was your own lack of a prayer life. Is it because you ain't living nothing? And you want to project on your unholiness onto her? Because her very existence, the very fact that she exists, that she is fine and that she is beautiful, and she is living for Yah. And you ain't. And the very fact that she can and is doing it and you not, you jealous and envious of her. All you got to do is pay the price. Be willing to pay the price. There's a price that a beautiful woman pays for being saved and sanctified and full of the Ruach HaKodesh. There's a dying to the flesh that we suffer because we get more attention. We get more opportunity to sin. Are you kidding me? Well, I thought you was married. What does that mean? You don't think that they got some men that does not respect the boundaries of marriage, by the way. I'm finding that out. And I had to tell them, no, boo. I'm a married woman. Even when I wasn't married, hey, no, I'm not interested like that. They don't come in my inbox like that because they know I ain't playing. Hello. Even before I got married, they don't come in my inbox like that. They don't disrespect me because the devil know who he can step up to. But because ladies judge unrighteously, you like, well, she can't be living nothing. She look too good, and she too fine, and she too this, and she too that, and with the woo. You just try to find a reason to demonize a woman, demonize a sister that's just stop. Repent. Get your life together, and stop judging unrighteously. Stop demonizing the sister because of your insecurities, ladies. Stop it. Repent. We don't have time for that kingdom. The kingdom of Yah, we don't have time for this. We got to get over this. We got to stop judging unrighteously. We got to get out of the flesh. Do you understand? We are living in the last of the last days. We're living in the last seconds. Do you understand? And the enemy is just doing all kind of stuff, and all kind of things are being set up. The world is a stage right now, and there are certain agendas that are slowly coming, and it's not so slow anymore. Quickly, actually, coming into play. And if we're not in the Ruach HaKodesh, if we're not in the real Holy Ghost and judging righteously, you're going to be deceived. You're going to be partaking of the beast system. You're going to fall for the deception. Because you judge unrighteously. You're not in the spirit. You're not in the Ruach. You're distracted. You're still judging folks after the flesh. It's time to come up higher, yo. It's time to come up much higher. Do y'all know what they got planned? Are you ready for real? I'm not talking about guns and ammo and food and water in the basement. No. Are you ready spiritually for what's about to hit the earth? Are you really ready? Are you really hearing from the Most High? Or are you still trying to worry about what sister so-and-so, and this sister so-and-so is this, and sister so-and-so is that, and they're a witch, and that a witch, and this and that and the other, and they ain't living nothing? We're still there. We're still there. You wonder why I don't be going to the American church. Because the American church don't have no Ruach HaKodesh. You still judging after the flesh. You still judging after the flesh. You're not spiritual. Come up higher. Come on, Zion. Come on up higher. He's calling out the ecclesia. It's time to come up higher. Higher. I'm for real about that. It's disappointing. It's very disappointing. And it's like, this is not my first time in trying to admonish you. But now I'm almost begging you. We don't have time for this. Stop. Grow up. It's time to grow up. Because you and your house won't make it if you don't. And I don't care how much money you make. I don't care what church you go to. I don't care. If you don't come up higher and grow up in the Ruach HaKodesh, in the spirit, I don't care if you're an apostle, bishop, prophet, I don't care what you call yourself. You are not going to make it. Anybody? Nope, you're not getting rushed up out of here. You're not flying up in the sky to escape the judgment and the tribulation that's to come on the earth. So you got to take a fast track course in the Ruach HaKodesh. Find out what's up. Because we in those times now. You guys be blessed. In the name of Yeshua HaMashiach. It's time to come up higher.